This video is about a magical place. It is about the Dragon Run. Hi, my name is Jeff Wright. I am the president of the Friends of Dragon Run. The Friends of Dragon Run is an all-volunteer organization to preserve, protect, and encourage the wise use of the Dragon Run. We hope that this video helps you learn about this special place, why we treasure it, and why we need you to help us protect and preserve it. Thank you.
Before you go out to explore on Dragon Run, there are things you must take care of, and the absolute essential is your PFD, personal flotation device. You need to make sure it fits snugly around your waist and your chest. You have straps you can pull on. The rule to check where does it fit is it won't go above your ears. You cannot get in without this. It has to stay zipped all the time and no, not above the ears. So you're going to be out on the water for a while. You might want to consider cushions. The seat can get a little hard and uncomfortable. If you're going to be out for some time, carry some water. It'll fit right beside your seat, easy to get to, and important to stay hydrated all the time. To go to the left, you paddle right. To go to the right, you paddle left. One of the things you want to be very careful when you're exploring the Dragon is to resist the temptation to lean in your kayak. Leaning will lead to rolling over. Now, if you happen to do this, don't panic. Put your feet down. Try to stand up. There's many places in the Dragon you can simply reach the bottom and be safe standing up. Don't worry, there are enough people out here to help you. You won't be in the water long.
I'm sitting next to a bald cypress tree holding onto one of its knees. These are part of the root structure of the bald cypress tree. Bald cypress are the iconic species of the Dragon Run. We're in part of the northernmost part of their range here. And they are a keystone species in this ecosystem. Their knees provide a lot of structure. They hold a lot of the soil. There's all kinds of things growing on the trees and on their knees. There's moss, there's lichen, there's vines, there's epiphytes. And their bald cypress are a deciduous conifer. So they make cones and they have needles, but they lose their needles every year, and the needles fall into the water, and that's why the water is really dark. There's tannins in the water, so it looks like a tea, which is actually good for the environment too. It's good for the ecosystem. It keeps things clean here. And underwater in their roots, there's all kinds of underwater grasses, and it's a great environment for insects, insect larvae, fish, all kinds of critters. So bald cypress are my favorite part of the Dragon Run.
Hi there, I'm Haley Marchetti, and I am parked here next to a nesting box. This nesting box is built specifically for the Prothonotary warbler. The Prothonotary warbler is actually only about 5 inches long, and it is a beautiful bright yellow color. It is crazy to think that these tiny little birds migrate over 2,000 miles south in the winter. The Prothonotary warbler comes here in April, and it starts to nest. These nesting boxes are super important because when they migrate south in the winter, they are not as protected in South America. The dimensions of the box are very important because they help keep predators out. The opening of this box is only about 1.25 inches wide, so it does keep its predators out and protected. One thing that I find super interesting about this is there is a volunteer here at the Dragon Run who actually collects data. They collect the depth of the nest, they collect how many eggs, and they collect data on how many fledglings have hatched and have left the nest. And that data actually ends up going to studies that are being conducted at VCU. So the data actually shows that they are in steep decline because of loss of habitat. So again, these boxes are super important here in the Dragon Run.
Duckweed is the second smallest flowering plant in the world. It grows in dense colonies in wetlands, which keeps mosquitoes from laying its eggs. Some species of fish and waterfowl love to eat duckweed. Duckweed is also being used to feed livestock and is currently being processed with NASA for human consumption. Duckweed is a keystone plant within the dragon because it helps to clean the water by absorbing phosphorus and different nitrogens.
I am here to talk to you about the bald eagles and their relationship with the Dragon Run. If you look behind me, you see a tree with some dead limbs in the top of it. That's a great hunting spot for the bald eagle, and they're often seen there. Bald eagles hunt fish and other wildlife on the dragon, and they were very, very common here in the 30s. As a matter of fact, with just an estimate, it was over 800 breeding pairs here in the Dragon area. And along the Chesapeake Bay, you could see them all over. But in the 1940s, a pesticide was introduced on farmlands up and down the Chesapeake Bay watershed. That pesticide was DDT. And DDT was highly toxic to aquatic animals. And it was noticed, the impact of the fish first, but then over the decades, the eagle population plummeted as a result of DDT use. And they couldn't quite figure out what and how the DDT was impacting regarding the eagles. And with research, they discovered that it was actually the eggshells of the eagles that were being impacted. They couldn't, the calcium was in their bodies wasn't able to be transferred to the eggshells because of the DDE, which was a result of the way the DDT impacted the eagles through the food chain from the fish up to the eagles. So without being able to raise young, the eagle population plummeted to 60 breeding pairs that they could find along the entire Chesapeake Bay watershed. And now, 2020 was the last information that we have with a very clear study, and there were over 3,000 breeding pairs along the Chesapeake Bay watershed. And the Dragon Run is one of the areas where the eagles have come back full force. It is what may be the most pristine waterway that goes into the Chesapeake Bay watershed. The eagles are very protected along the Dragon Run and a common sight here.
It's a beaver lodge, and beavers are one of the keystone species here at Dragon Run. Beavers are very important because they build their lodges in calm water, and by doing that, they go downstream and they build a dam so that it backs up the water into more of a wetland, pond type of environment. And this enables them to build their lodges, and it creates vegetation and habitats and ecosystems for many species in Dragon Run. For example, fish and different waterfowl and insects and different plants use the beaver lodge as part of the beaver lodge and the pond that they create as part of their habitat. Beavers can live up to 10 years in the wild. They're 35 to 80 pounds. They usually have 1 litter of kits per year, and the kits stay with the family for 2 years so that they can learn how to be a beaver. Beavers are the largest rodent in North America, and an example of why they're so important is right behind me. You can see a snake back here. So beaver lodges really are habitats for many diverse animals and plants. A lot of times you'll find turtles and different fish and snakes living around the beaver lodge, especially in winter when it's cold outside. This is a great example of a beaver dam. You can see where the water above the dam is calm, and the water through the dam, the current really speeds up. Beavers want to build their lodge in calm water where their entrance can be in the water. Because remember, there's semi-aquatic mammals that are safer in the water versus on land.
Hello, my name is Tony Vladu, and I'm the superintendent of Gloucester County Public Schools. And I'm here with Friends of Dragon Run, and behind me you can possibly see a tree that is approximately 800 to 1200 years old. This is an amazing experience for me in connecting science education with the curriculum, surrounded by teachers and members of the community, and advancing science education, but not only that, environmental stewardship. So I'm so excited to be here, and I hope to share this experience with more teachers and more students in the coming years.